So this regeneration isn't just about reintroducing the work to you that I do as the mindset transformer. It's also a chance for me to recollect why I started off on this path in the first place. I essentially did this to get into a place where I enjoy my work and not be in an industry where it was just a daily grind and ultimately somewhere I didn't really enjoy working in anymore. So switching to the path that I'm on now doesn't just mean working to a grind to pay for bills and mortgages, which don't go away, but also to enjoy what I'm doing, adding some value to people, indulging in my passions, and having a bit of fun on the way. So, as well as reintroducing the mindset transformation work, I want to introduce you to some of the other threads like shows and channels and places that I've got going on that, as I say, we can have a bit of fun on, have some great conversations on, and can add some value to you as well. So firstly, I want to start off with alternative healthcare solutions. This is a community that I'm part of, run by the brilliant Dr. Jamie Lee, and she's brought about a group of subject matter experts from a whole range of alternative healthcare practices. You've got people in there that know all about body nutrition, fitness, holistic practices, energy work, trauma, autoimmune diseases. There's a massive collective of people that want to share information, practices, techniques, know-how about these alternative healthcare practices. And this isn't necessarily a war on the medical profession. It's not to say never go to your doctor or don't trust what they say, but it's more to go, there are alternatives to what we might be readily told. And again, this is not to discount what medical advice you do get. We're still encouraging the platform to talk to your healthcare professionals that you regularly visit, for example, to find ways of progressing in your life with whatever condition you might have. And ultimately, it's a place where you can learn about more practices and also interact with like-minded people. As a community, we host 2 monthly events. One is a roundtable where a group of us get together to discuss questions and share insights on a particular topic. This month, for example, is all about our relationship with food. And then later in the month, we participate in an all-day health fair. Now, this is an opportunity for us in the community as practitioners to host a workshop, a seminar, a session, all about the topic in hand and marrying it to our practices, our techniques, our know-how, and share with you some takeaways, some advice, or even just an invite to talk to us more about what you've got going on in your life. And again, that's all centered around a central topic. And this month, as I say, it's all about our relationship with food. The community, as someone who wants to absorb the knowledge and reap the rewards from it, is free to join. You also get full access to the full membership for a week, which you can get from a link that I've got. So comment below if you would like to get access to that link and enjoy the collective that we've got going on. It's a really cool community and we've got lots of value in there. Would love to see you on board in there. I also want to introduce you to my podcast. My first podcast, I should say. That's called Soundtrack of Your Life. This is born about from my passion for music as well as my interest and enjoyment in stories. Because when it comes to music, be that your favorite song, favorite band, album, soundtrack, theme tune, whatever it might be, we're all going to have stories that relate to certain times in our lives, people, moments, events, scenarios, times, such as your first wedding song or that party song that whenever you hear it anywhere, it takes you back to your college days or your university days, or the one that you played on holiday and became your holiday song with everybody together. Maybe consciously or subconsciously, we've all built stories that center around these musical items. And this essentially is the show where you get to share them. The format is very free-flowing. It's not like, right, I ask a question, you answer, I ask a question, you answer. It's literally me introducing you, turning the mic around, and off you go. I've had people on the show do impromptu rap, play music on the piano, relate their life story through a chronology of music and songs, sharing life stories about people, about their times in music, their playing of instruments, singing. It's such an enjoyable show to both host and listen to. And this is literally open for anybody. You don't have to have musical expertise, practice, or anything like that, because I believe we've all got stories when it comes to music. We're formulating them all the time, and it's actually a really practical application of a technique called anchoring from the world of neurolinguistic programming, which is essentially if you're in a moment, whether it's a happy moment, a sad moment, an angry moment, a joyful moment, wherever it might be, your senses essentially become hypersensitive and tuned so that you link what's ever going on to the senses and environment going around you. So if there's a particular song playing at the time, you might link the event to the song so that when you hear the song in future, it reminds you of that event. Now, we've all got stories littered through our lives about that, so this is the show where you can come on and share them. Again, comment below if you'd like to join the show, and I will send you the link and get your own show set up. I'll then move on to my second podcast, the Podcast Echo. Now, the way this one came about was I host the podcast with another coach, Angelina. Amazing person. Go check out her content. She's recently gone through a little bit of a reshuffle of things, but has got some massively powerful offers in the cacao healing and holistic practices space. As I say, go check her out. She's a great person to chat to anyway. But our podcast came together from her being a guest on Soundtrack of Your Life. We spoke about creating a podcast where we wanted to tune into the idea that everybody listens to podcasts nowadays, right? Whether it's like a binge listen or watch or popping in here and there. There's always a podcast going on about something that catches our interest. So we thought, well, why don't we have a show where we discuss podcasts? I listen to certain podcasts. Angelina listens to certain podcasts. We might listen to the same podcast. So why not come on and discuss what we heard from it? Because what Sheila heard from the podcast will be different to what I heard. And it's not about saying who's right or wrong or setting the world to rights or anything like that. It's just a chat and conversation about what we heard. Because we like to say on the show, it's not about what was said, it's about what we heard. So we invite you to share podcasts you listen to. Send us your suggestions for podcasts we want to listen to and then discuss on the show. We'd always love to hear from you. And again, just comment below if you'd like the link to check out our shows that we've got out there already. I also want to introduce you to my online design studio called Head Threads. This essentially is a place where you can design fully organic and carbon neutral merchandising. So be it in the form of clothing, accessories. Now, when I say accessories, there are honestly so many I'm going to forget a certain few if I try to list all of them. But we're talking things like bags, puzzles, artwork, mugs, stickers, more bags, so many bags, greeting cards. As I say, there's so many. There's been a recent revamp on the store which has literally exploded how much we can offer. And the studio Head Threads is run by our partners at a firm called T-Mill, who are a manufacturer based on the Isle of Wight here in the UK and are all about fully organic, circular fashion-based merchandising and fashion producing. Now, what I mean by circular fashion is that the way our products work is that you order something off our website, which is fully made with water-based inks, paper-based packaging, so plastic-free packaging, fully organic cotton. And once you get tired of the product or you don't wear it anymore or it's worn out, there is a QR code on the label of the product which enables you to scan it and get you a free post label for you to send it back to us, where your product will be recycled into a new product and you get a money off voucher to spend in the store on a new product. So basically means we stop things like landfill waste due to fashion that people no longer wear, and we keep the organic cycle going and keep our efforts carbon neutral. Really cool initiative, and honestly the print quality on these things is really, really sharp. So we want to invite you to check out your designs on the site. Check out our designs, I should say, in the store. And the other cool thing is it's not just about what I and my fellow coach who created this venture with me, Cherie, has created as well. On Headthreads, you can go and create your own merch. Whether you want to modify an existing design or have a brilliant design that you've got in mind, but you want to start from scratch, that's all fully possible on the store, because we like to say, wear what you believe, copyright permitting. The other thing that I've just recently launched with Headthreads is something called the Brand Bundle Builder. So this is essentially a scheme that I've put together for businesses and brands that are looking for a solution to their merchandising by way of, let's say you've got an offer or a launch coming up that you've put all the effort into, whether it's marketing or setting it up or the logistics or all that kind of stuff, and you've just not had time or had branding as an afterthought to go, oh crap, what about having some merch, like some t-shirts made or some hoodies made or whatever it might be, to increase brand awareness in your offer or your brand or your business. That's where the Brand Bundle Builder comes in. This is where you get to create your bespoke bundle, so whether you want some t-shirts or some hoodies or a mix of them or whatever you want, and we will create them for you. Well, I should say create them with you by way of we make the design, get your approval, make sure it's all okay before we hand it over to our friends at T-Mail, who will manufacture and deliver it all for you wherever you are in the world. Enables you to get a bundle of bespoke merchandise as soon as possible for your brand or business. So do check out the offer on the site, and again, DM me or comment below on this post or video, wherever you're seeing or watching this, to get more details about it, because we wanted to give something back to brands and businesses who have got a load of things going on when they're setting up things, and we wanted to provide that relatively low cost solution to something that a lot of brands and businesses face. It's one of the ventures that I really indulge my passion and creativity in, and it's something that I would like to share with you guys all, because I think there's a load of brilliant ideas out there, so this is the place where you can bring them to life at Headthreads. I also want to introduce you to something you'll be seeing a lot in my content, but I also invite you to join as well, and that is something called New Money Game, otherwise known as Freedom NFT Project, otherwise known as Digital Asset Mastermind. There's a load of names and words in there, so I'll just explain what this all means. We've all got the notion, generally in the world today, not just people in coaching, this is widespreading as well, that we want to work smart for our money. So we've been used to the idea of exchanging our time, our energy into a job for which we go to every day, get money for it, spend it on whatever we need to, bills, mortgage, food, kids, etc., 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 before we have to start again. Go to work, get paid, spend, go to work, get paid, spend, and so on. Leaves us grinded, burnt out, tired, frustrated, stuck, unfulfilled. But we also subscribe to the idea, and have seen it before, where maybe we can work smarter. Things like, can we let our money work better for ourselves? So we've all heard of investments, property, currency, investment funds, all that kind of stuff. But a lot of us don't feel we're intelligent enough or have enough time to see what the best options are, although the options are increasing, but we still have a lack of understanding around it. So this is where the New Money Game comes in. I'm part of a new collective that is looking to understand and introduce ourselves to the world of digital assets. So by way of digital assets, I mean things like NFTs, creating courses, and other products that you can create and then sell, which actually can make money while you sleep. This is a relatively new initiative, but we've got some really groundbreaking steps already in place, and a growing community of people that are like-minded, that want to work smarter and get their money working from them. We've had some really big gains already, both individually and collectively, but our main thing here is that we work on this together. This isn't some siloed competition thing. We're all in a collective where we're trying to share the information, get more people on board, with the full idea that, you know, only take part in this if you're able to. You've got the understanding that it's not going to impact your financial security for you or your dependents. I'm not saying, you know, throw your life savings in, or this is going to make you an instant millionaire overnight. We're growing, we're learning, and the investment opportunity is there for only £15 a month at the moment. So again, if this interests you, drop a comment below. We can have a discussion about it, conversation about it, and also give you the link to come along, have a look, see if it's for you, and take your part in the collective as well. So if any of those shows, channels, groups, etc. interest you, leave a comment below. Let's start a conversation about it. You may have questions, you may have clarification points. Let's go through them, let's talk about them. And if you feel like joining any of them, again, let me know. I can share more information about them below. Because this is the epitome, again, of why I'm in this place in the first place. Is to have these conversations, is to share value, have a bit of fun, enjoy yourself. Because there's more to life than our daily grind than we might think. It's still important. I'm not saying abandon all your responsibilities, but there is room to work hard, but also to enjoy your life. Till the next time, feel supersonic.